let's see how FusionFlow can help you bring data into Excel. Imagine you are a museum director who wants to gain better insights from data on how the weather conditions affect your visitor numbers. You will need to combine two data sources for this. The first data is from the IoT visitor sensor counter at the entrance, and the second is the weather data from an online weather provider. You prefer to use Excel for further analysis and reporting because you are already comfortable with it. Let's hand it over to Andy for a full-screen demonstration.
Thank you, Ada. In this demonstration, I'll show you how to connect data and later work with them in Excel. First, we need to connect the data sources. To do this, you start by entering the endpoint where to find the data and give the data source a name. After this, you let FusionFlow connect by clicking Get File from Endpoint. When this is done, FusionFlow will show the content of the data. FusionFlow shows a list of all the columns that are detected after connecting the data and also recognizes the data type. FusionFlow uses AI to add descriptions and metadata for the columns. You can also edit the description and type manually if you have some changes. Sometimes you might want to create a new column, and you can do that with Copilot. For example, if you want a text description of the wind speed, not just the existing field that is wind speed ms. When all columns are satisfactory, proceed to the next step. Repeat the same steps that you used to connect the weather data source, but this time for the visitor's data source. Now that you have linked the visitor's data and weather data to your data lake, you can begin creating the data model that you will use in Excel. Just let Copilot know what type of report you need data for, and Copilot will recommend a data model for you. You can customize each table in the dataset by changing any columns you need. When you are satisfied with all the tables in your dataset, the final step is to set up a synchronization schedule with the first run, and optionally, a recurring schedule. Name the dataset with something descriptive, and you have completed the process. Now let's switch to Excel to do our data analysis. First, choose the data lake data source in Excel. Pick the dataset table that we made with FusionFlow. Select the Azure Data Explorer. Now select the dataset we just created with FusionFlow. The dataset that FusionFlow created has automatically connected the original data sources based on timestamp. Then create a pivot table with the dataset and the columns that you need. Finally, you can add a pivot chart to see a graphical display of the data. That's it. Thanks for watching.